October is shaping up to be a defining month in combat sports, with boxing, MMA, and crossover events all colliding in a rare calendar convergence. The coming weeks will determine who truly rules the fight world heading into 2026. From the high-stakes Fundora-Thurman clash to the ongoing debate around Conor McGregor's suspension, this month's matchups will shape legacies, set up blockbuster paydays, and redraw the unofficial power rankings of global combat athletes. Let's break down the three fights that carry the most weight, not just in the ring or cage, but across the entire business of combat sports. Fundora versus Thurman, October 25th. The tall tower meets the veteran sniper. When Sebastian Fundora steps into the ring against Keith Thurman on October 25th, it will be more than a fight. It's a clash of generations, styles, and career trajectories. His relentless volume punching and willingness to trade have made him a fan favorite, but also vulnerable. Thurman, on the other hand, represents the last stand of the old guard. A former unified welterweight champion, one time has battled injuries and inactivity, but remains a dangerous technician with one of the sharpest boxing minds in the sport. For Thurman, this fight isn't just about another payday, it's about relevance. Thurman's lateral movement and counterpunching could punish Fundora's high-volume pressure if the younger fighter overextends. On the other hand, Fundora's pace and length may overwhelm an older Thurman, who's no longer used to 12-round wars. Why it matters? This fight is the unofficial referendum on boxing's next era. If Fundora wins convincingly, it signals the passing of the torch, that the new generation of physically unorthodox, fearless fighters is ready to take over. If Thurman pulls it off, it could spark a nostalgia-fueled comeback narrative that boxing loves to embrace. 2. The McGregor suspension fallout. What it means for the power structure of MMA. While no octagon is being stepped into, Conor McGregor's ongoing suspension and the debate surrounding it have dominated MMA headlines this month. His latest disciplinary issues, reportedly stemming from a failed USADA reinstatement process and multiple contract disputes, have sidelined the sport's biggest global star once again. The result? Chaos in the UFC's power dynamics. With McGregor out, the spotlight shifts to fighters like Islam Makhachev, Sean O'Malley, and Alex Pereira, who are now fighting not only for belts, but for cultural relevance. O'Malley's flamboyant style and knockout power have drawn comparisons to early McGregor, but he still lacks the mainstream crossover magnetism. Pereira, with his two-division conquests and cold demeanor, might be the most complete threat, but he's also 36 and nearing the back half of his career. Why it matters, McGregor's absence forces the UFC and combat sports as a whole to confront a question it's long avoided. Can MMA thrive without a single superstar driving the narrative? The UFC's pay-per-view model depends heavily on personality-driven hype. Without Conor, the promotion must pivot toward champion consistency and meritocratic storytelling. This month, as pundits debate whether McGregor will ever return, the larger storyline is how MMA reshapes itself in a post-McGregor landscape. In terms of rankings, McGregor's suspension removes one of the few fighters who transcended weight classes and organizations. The new hierarchy forming in his absence could redefine the sport's commercial center of gravity. 3. The wildcard. Boxing's heavyweight shuffle and the return of Wilder. While the super welterweights are fighting for their own hierarchy, the heavyweights continue their unpredictable game of musical chairs. Deontay Wilder's rumored return this month, likely against China's Zhilei Zhang, could be the fight that determines whether the American knockout artist still belongs among the elite. For years, Wilder's right hand was boxing's most feared weapon, but after back-to-back losses to Tyson Fury, his aura faded. The implications go beyond one fight. A Wilder win reopens the door to potential mega-bouts with Anthony Joshua or even Francis Ngannou, both of which would be global events. Why it matters? The heavyweight division has always been boxing's commercial crown jewel. Whoever dominates there commands more than titles. They control global attention. If Wilder can deliver a statement knockout, he could leapfrog back into the mainstream spotlight and reignite heavyweight boxing's golden age energy. This fight also ties into the broader power rankings conversation. Combat sports' top draws are measured not just by skill, but by cultural pull, global reach, and ability to create viral moments. October 2025 isn't just another month of fight cards, it's a stress test for the entire combat sports ecosystem. A moment where legacies, business models, and fan loyalty intersect. In MMA, it's about star power redistribution. Can the UFC maintain global dominance without McGregor? Or will the sport fragment into multiple markets and personalities? The financial landscape underscores the stakes. Combat sports are booming again. Global pay-per-view revenue is projected to surpass $2.3 billion in 2025, driven by streaming deals and international expansion. Saudi Arabia's growing involvement, hosting major boxing and MMA events, adds a new layer of political and financial influence. Each major fight this month has ripple effects that extend into broadcasting contracts, promotional rivalries, and even athlete sponsorship deals. At the same time, the health of the sport depends on narrative continuity, on having recognizable heroes, villains, and redemption arcs. That's why October feels pivotal. If Fundora, Wilder, and the UFC's current champions deliver drama and clarity, combat sports could enter 2026 with renewed momentum. If the month underdelivers, it risks fragmenting into niche audiences, chasing nostalgia instead of new legends. The fights that shape the future. By the time the month ends, the hierarchy of combat sports may look very different. The Fundora-Thurman showdown will tell us if boxing's next generation is ready to lead. The fallout from McGregor's suspension will show whether MMA can thrive without its most volatile star. And Wilder's heavyweight test could either resurrect or retire one of the sport's last American icons. These are not just fights, they're inflection points in the ongoing evolution of combat sports. The results will echo across promotions, contracts, and fan bases for years to come. In the fight world, power is never permanent. It's earned, defended, and sometimes reclaimed. So when the bell rings on October 25th, remember, this isn't just another night of punches and knockouts. It's the battle for the future of the fight game itself. Like, subscribe, and comment if you want more deep dive breakdowns on the world's biggest fights, from the legends of today to the warriors rising tomorrow.